because I'm never home.
Hey, good morning.
My dog chewed up my blood, my laptop.
Oh, my goodness.
Never done that before. For Emma.
You can't. I could.
But he's just a baby, right? Aren't dogs always babies?
They told me, I was scammed.
Have to come.
Mhm.
I know y'all said y'all wanted to get a dog. I have a puppy on foster. I said, well, yeah, we do want a dog. We're in the country now.
Mhm.
She said, yeah, 36 years old. I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." Yeah, we'll take it. So she breeds this big old humongous dog. I'm like, you said it was a puppy.
Yeah.
Sure, this is a puppy. She's only 6 months old.
Okay, is it,
Raised with a puppy.
yeah, you accept it. It's a tiny little baby.
That's our Clifford. Anyway, it's very learning curve. Big time.
Pat, don't use the word struggling. I heard
It's a
you.
mighty struggle, Jeff, and she shall prevail.
But Sean, he's like, you're struggling with the new system. I'm like,
Is
she's
that
not
accurate?
struggling.
Is that accurate? Struggling with the new computer system. See, aha.
Well, she's being nice to the new system because maybe it's not working. You know, we don't know.
She said it was an accurate assessment, Judge.
Yeah. Oh, Deputy Laura, did you know Pat Montgomery is now engaged? He's off the market, people.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Daniel, Pat is in the same boat as you. He's off the market. Okay.
I'll tell you a story of stuff that you can't make up, just coincidences. I was number one, my panel in the hallway, we're gonna try the case. The case is 2 years old. I mean, well, a year and a half anyway.
Mhm.
And my fiance was on the panel. Yay! How about that in County Court 6?
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed
Yeah,
lunch or something
Yeah, we
afterwards.
did. And what was funny was when I walked up and I saw her there and she saw me, she said, no, you know.
Yeah.
I said, well, I can't face a prospective juror. And well, the juror sitting next to her wanted to report that because it was like, what did that lawyer just say to you?
Oh, my goodness.
So then the prosecutor in that court, Jonathan,
Mhm.
kid, I don't know, he's a young guy, he's very affable, very animated and pleasant. His wife was on a panel in that
wow.
very same court, so they've twice had that situation where, you know, somebody's on the panel for
Mhm. Oh, man.
a significant other. So, wow, you can't make that stuff up, so.
All right. That is
One
interesting.
more quick war story, because
Sure.
we started years and years and years ago when I was trying civil cases. I tried a civil car wreck case,
Mhm.
and there was a man and a wife that not only were on the same panel, but they both made the jury, and it was a 10-2 verdict for the plaintiff, and he was one of the holdouts, and she was the foreman of the 10.
Oh, my gosh.
Small world stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you are here. If you don't, I'm assuming you're not, and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Fernando Serrato. Thank you. Roberto Rosales. Anita Herrera. Jose Barrera. In custody, we have Joe Hernandez, Juan Soto Victorino, Juan Rios. In custody, we have Ray Espinoza, Jesse Arriaga, Macedonio Martinez.
You should be on Zoom, Judge.
All right, thank you. Miriam Padron Martinez. Stanley Gooley. How do you pronounce your last name? Guali? Okay. Frederico.
Ojeda.
See, I look at you. Frederico Ojeda. Jimmy Dotson, custody. Ray Espinoza, custody. Carlos Alemán. Carlos Gallardo, custody. Justin Guzman, custody. Deandra Dubriel. And custody is Joshua Anzadua. Dennis Johnson. Thank you. Custody is Francisco Sotelo, Baez, Herbert Morales, Clarence McDaniel, Missy Torres, Missy Anna Torres, Jesus Lopez, custody. Johnny Webb, custody. Christopher Gill. Thank you. And custody is Robert Ortegan, Anthony Chacon, John Casanova Paez. Thank you. Juan Tehran III, Tamika Studemeyer, Anthony Villarreal Jr., George Moncada, custody. Diego Chavez. All right, I'll make sure I give you the Zoom link. All right, anyone whose name has not been called or you came in late. All right, everyone, it's Monday. It's new beginnings, but it may be a little bit more difficult than other days because we have a new system. So you're going to have to be patient. The system is working, so they've told us. So the same rules still apply. Attorneys, just place your file on either prosecutor's desk. Family violence is here. Criminal trial division is here, and then have a seat. They're going to call you over to confer with them in the order in which they receive your file. Don't worry. If somebody comes after you and they put your file on top, guess what? The state is going to put it on the bottom and still call the person first. The other thing, if your client wishes to communicate with the court in a language other than English, you need to request to have an interpreter called down, and an interpreter will be needed. Once you have requested an interpreter, do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of interpreters, and those interpreters, when they come, they're only here for about 5 minutes. We do have inmates today. Yes. If your client is in custody, they need to be brought out. Just ask the deputy. Once you requested your client, do not leave the courtroom because for security reasons, there's a limited number of inmates who are allowed in the courtroom. If you leave after calling your client, then you're being selfish and inconsiderate of your colleagues. So let's not do that. Do not approach the clerk or the coordinator when we're on the record. You'll know we're on the record because I will have called the style of the case. Do not talk behind the court reporter. If we're on the record, just raise your hand. The deputy will see it and they'll move you to the other end and you can continue to confer with your client. All right, it's Monday. Maybe people wanted to be retired. We are not retired. We're here. So we're going to make it a great Monday. Everyone confer with kindness and with a smile on your face. Confer, please. And then, Guillermo, I'll give you the Zoom link.
What's going on? Did you just email it to me?
Oh, I'm just going
Oh, you sent it, okay. Perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll send it over to him.
Oh, see, after I did all that writing on a sticky note.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'm gonna check TV. Yes. Yes. Well, he's rolling in the board. On the 23rd.
Anthony Guerra? Dennis Johnson?
So I think they're not going for the.
Well, I'm sorry. You would want to do.
They done. I think we're gonna sign it. We can probably go some. We could just run them.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
It's like a bad, but. I don't know.
No, it's straight only or. There, this is weird.
Yeah.
Both offer.
Yeah.
Straight.
Sure.
So we both offer A for eight.
This guy's gonna be on his phone.
I.
If you're late in the first row, please.
Why? It doesn't matter what she wants. She's not a prosecutor. I think. That's a lot of notes. That's a lot of notes. If his case is worse, I think. I can't.
We're just reading.
There's history. It's not fair. There was. I think what I'm seeing. With the trees. And that's why they have. Again.
Would you?
Just switch spots with each other.
Right. Is like 17 pounds, but you don't get anything extra.
Exactly. Thank you for being so understanding.
Of course, oh my gosh, our table was yours. Or 20. Okay. That sounds good for me. Yeah, we just approached. But yeah, I think that works. I can write it down. Sounds great. Of course.
Yes.
Good morning. Right, here for Joan Casanova Baez. We have supposed to be the trial date today. I just confirmed with the state. August 13th is the day they're voting. We're in agreement on that. Not necessarily, you just need to.
Need a reset.
We just need a trial date for. Sure. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What was your?
John Casanova Baez.
Over my dead body.
All right, John Casanova Pius. Good morning. All right, so state,
Yes, Judge.
what date in July for you all?
We agreed on August 13th, but if the court wants to set something in July, I mean, we can take another look at it and just reapproach.
All right, what's happening in July that you all can't
We
enjoy?
have impact on the first, we
Mhm.
have docket on the second, and then we have, is
Yeah.
Mary Diaz? No,
Yeah.
yes, July 16th, yeah.
Oh, Mary Diaz.
And then we have
Okay.
Carl the week after.
All right, that's a murder case. Okay. All right, I'm recalling you all for August 12th. And then, we'll hear if there is some motion or something that needs to be heard, that'll be heard on that date, but you'll be going to trial on August 13th.
Yes, Sharon, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, once I give you the reset form, you're excused.
I don't understand.
State,
Yes, Judge.
on this case,
Yes.
are there any outstanding discovery issues?
Not to my knowledge, I think we're in good shape, Judge, on discovery, yeah.
All right, and have all issues been taken care of concerning citizenship?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And state the last date of the discovery acknowledgement that I have in the file is January
We can get
2023.
We can give an updated one, Judge.
All right, if you all do an updated discovery acknowledgement,
It'll be one of those old school forms, though.
that's okay.
That's all I know how to get right now.
All right, once you sign this, you're excused, and then counsel, if you remain to sign the new acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah.
I talked to probation.
Hello.
Judge,
Yes.
on my case this morning, may I be excused to go over to children's court and come back? It's gonna be worked out. The guy
Sure.
hired an attorney on some of his cases, but not the one I was appointed on.
Okay.
He's pled and been sentenced on the others, so we just have to figure out, is this getting packaged up with that? Because he's being held back, and I didn't know. I think my case was disposed of.
Okay.
Norma found it. She called me last week, so we added him to today.
Okay.
So since the computer's still, I'm gonna go over there and do quick merits at 10.
Okay,
Johnny Joe Webb is his name.
all right,
He's
thank
on
you.
the, like, third.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'll be back. Thank you. I mean, I know they can-
All right, Jesus Lopez.
Morning, Judge.
All right, come down.
Oh, it's.
Yes.
Judge, this was a status update on the state ISF placement for Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
From my understanding, on 5/9, they received his medical clearance and so forth. He did need to get a TRAS completed, so that's been completed, I believe, last week. So I emailed this morning to get a status on where he is placed on the list. I've not received an email back, but that's the update that I do have. It looks like it's moving forward. I just can't tell you when exactly he'll be placed there.
All right. So what
The
will,
original wait time that was quoted to me is about 45 days, 40 to 45 days. So that's where we are.
so does the 45 days include the April date when I entered my order?
Judge, the 45 days, from what they tell us to let clients know, is after medical. But I'm getting clarification on when he was actually placed on the list now.
Okay. All right, then what we'll do is we're gonna come back on,
If you judge, if you want to set it toward the end of the week, or if you want me to give you an update toward the end of the week, I should get a response within before tomorrow morning.
all right, so what we'll do is then we will call him back. And we'll recall him back at the end of June. And it'll be a phantom date, so it won't be in the system, because if it's in the system, then they won't take him because they'll assume he has a court date pending. So we're gonna come back on June 24th.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
judge. And if you want to leave me like.
Oh, I'll do that. We did have one question. He was doing probation in Nueces County. Does he go to ISF here or in Nueces County?
Probably moderately.
It's gonna be a children.
Oh,
Can't tell you.
well, yeah, but it's okay. I understand.
All right, is there anything else?
No, thank you.
Do you have any questions? All right. Make good use of this time, okay?
One of them is Christopher Gill. The other one is Diego Chavez. Thank you. One's online and the other one's here in person. Christopher Gill's here in person.
Sorry, no, I am.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, Erica wants.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wanting, she wants to know, I said, well, I'm freaking out.
All right, this will be a phantom day. All right, Christopher Gill.
Yes, Judge.
All right, have you conferred with the state on your motion?
I have, Judge.
All right. Christopher Gill, come forward. All right, is this criminal trial division?
Yes, Judge, it is.
Court is calling NIMAC number 7627004, State of Texas versus Christopher Gill. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
Guillermo Lara for Mr. Gill, Your Honor. Good
And I-
morning.
Are you, good morning. Are you Christopher Gill?
Yes, I do.
All right. Defendant has filed a motion requesting relief of various sorts. Have you had a chance to review?
Judge, I believe
Oh.
on this case, we were going on an affidavit of non-driving.
No, this is what I have.
Oh, Judge, we had they had set it for the affidavit of non-driving. Am I mistaken on that? That's the only. thing I
Yes, this is the
confirmed.
this is the only motion I have before me. So if you want to talk to the clerks and see if they have that motion.
Okay, I'll do that, Judge. I
Sure.
apologize.
No problem.
No, it's just an affidavit.
All right, then who's on Diego Chavez? You want to go on that one then?
Yes, Judge. That's just a motion of travel.
All right. Diego Chavez, is he online?
He's online, Judge.
All right, Mr. Chavez, you need to start your video. All right, so we're here on a motion to amend bond conditions for work, correct?
Well, Judge, he doesn't have any restrictions on travel. We just wanted to file it in abundance of caution because he travels outside of Texas and we just wanted to make sure that there are no issues with the court, but he does not have any restrictions on travel.
Judge, we're gonna leave it up to the court's discretion. It sounds like from what the defense has shown us is that he's accepted a job in Phoenix.
All right. I'm waiting for him to come back on.
He did let me know that he's having some.
All right, we're going to go on the record on cause number NIGHTMAC 750633, State of Texas versus Diego Chavez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Get him a letter from Mr. Chavez.
Are you Diego Chavez? He's connected to audio. Yes, unmute, please. Are you Diego Chavez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Chavez is appearing by Zoom. Any objection to your client appearing by Zoom?
No, Judge.
State?
I know you're.
All right, the court is in receipt of a motion to amend bond condition allowing for travel for work.
Yeah.
Any objections to the motion to amend bond condition? State?
No, Judge, my understanding is that the defendant doesn't have any travel restrictions currently placed on him. And then again, my understanding is that he's leaving sometime in July for a month period to Phoenix, Arizona.
All right, Mr. Chavez, are you
Yes.
currently in Bear County?
No, not at the moment.
All right, so he's already left for work. And here's the thing, Mr. Chavez. Yes,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
do set bond conditions, but the bond conditions that were set for you were not restriction on your travel. So since that's not a restriction, yes, you can travel for work. Whether or not you put
appreciate
it off the record. Here's the thing, your bondsman, whatever contract you have with your bondsman is the contract you have with your bondsman. I'm not in control of that. If your bondsman does not want you to
Okay.
travel for work, then that's completely up to your bondsman. But the court has not put you on work restrictions. So the only thing you need to be concerned about is when you're supposed to be in court, you have to show up for court.
Absolutely.
All right. And counsel, if we have a court date and we're here for discovery or something of that nature, and it's not for a jury trial, and he's out of state working, he can appear by Zoom unless someone has some objections to that.
Thank you, Judge. I'll make sure to let him know.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Stay
you.
hydrated.
I sure will. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge. I'll get the affidavit on the other case.
Okay, sure.
Bridge Judge. Discovery acknowledgement.
Oh, just hand it to the clerk.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Fernando Serrato?
Judge Mapros,
Yes.
this is set today for contested MTR.
Mhm.
I have a couple of issues.
Mhm.
Number one, I've just been informed and learned that he was indicted on May 28th. I haven't received notice of that indictment. It's on a new number one, which is alleged in the MTR.
All right, then they won't be going on that. Okay, what's the
On-
next issue?
On May 7th, I requested the Padilla letter from the MAC, Mr. Tulios. I don't have it.
All right, Norman,
Mr.
call Mac
Serrato.
and tell them to bring the immigration letter down here.
Thank you, because Mr. Sodato tells me that he did meet with Mr. Tulios about a week or so ago.
All right, we'll have somebody from Mac come over.
That's my situation, Judge.
All right, we're here to solve problems, so.
I'm trying to cross my Ts and dot my Is, Judge. That's
No,
all.
I appreciate it. So Mac will come over.
Okay.
The state is not going to go on the number one that you just received information on.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Approach, Judge.
Yes.
You don't have a crowded box here and I'm set for contested, but they're looking into it right now.
Mhm.
I'd like to answer docket in 226 where docket is being called 3 minutes ago.
Sure.
I'll be back.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, John.
One, can we put it up there for the judge?
It's just a skip. They're calling Mr. Collins. So they're calling.
Juan Tehran. All right, state, you're on Juan Tehran.
Yes, Judge. That's. Counsel and I discussed, well, we discussed actually before today, the possibility of August 13th or 27th, similar to.
All right, we're going to come back on August 12th. For motions, any motions, they need to be heard on that day. And then your jury trial is going to be August 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm going to give you a reset form. And with regards to the acknowledgement of discovery, if you can file an updated one, please.
Yeah, Judge, I'm happy to do that right now.
And Jennifer, do you have the other acknowledgement of discovery that the other attorney turned in? I need to sign it. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
All right, counsel, once your client signs the reset form, he's excused. But if you'll stay around to sign the acknowledgement of discovery.
Ready? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one. Good morning. How are you doing?
You, Judge?
All right, it's always good seeing you.
You want to do the card?
Yep. Michael DeLeon. Good morning. So how did your time go? Do you still have the kiddos? Oh, that is awesome. Yeah.
Put the flashlight on it, spin it around.
So how is it having a 2-year-old in the house? Oh, yeah. Is she on her own schedule? Yeah, because it's summer. Children should be on their own schedule. Yes.
All right, all right.
You're like, I've been in court. Mm-mm. No, no. Yeah, you can't even do the candy. Nope, you're not doing it. Yeah.
Just wanted to approach on this one, the one with the so far, because they just found it right now. She couldn't find it because of the new system. We couldn't see it in there, but she just printed it on now. She was having difficulty.
Right. You know, I usually take a date and I'll highlight it. The only thing we found is the most awesome.
Yeah, now we're not ready to proceed on that one.
It's okay. It don't matter. We had to go, like, oh, we got it.
Yeah. That's true, Sam. I'm gonna send you some.
All right, on Christopher Gill.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so
We're just moving forward on the non-ownership.
all right, well, you want to check to the state to see if they have a motion, maybe they can print it out?
I showed them this one, Judge, and they reviewed it.
No, I mean, your motion that you,
Oh, I wasn't gonna proceed on that, Judge. It's a nightmare case, so it's not even indicted. So I was gonna ask if I could reserve that for a later time.
no, I'm not talking about the motion for various items. I mean, the other motion you have.
I don't have another motion. It's really just a status for the court. The court,
Okay,
I don't have a motion. Then.
okay. All right, just give me a moment. Let me read this. All right, Christopher Gill. All right, state. This is Mr. Gill. So the court received an updated letter. Have you received this?
This is one that I showed you.
Okay. So I did see the update and I'm driving good.
Okay, all right, we're going to record.
Yeah. They don't even know. I think.
All right, we're gonna go on the record on NIGHTMAC number 76270. State of Texas versus Christopher Gill. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
Guillermo Lara from Mr. Gill, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Gill? All right, the defendant is charged with driving while intoxicated third or more. And the court has received an updated letter from pretrial services. Have both parties had a chance to review the document?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I have a few questions as it relates to this updated letter for your client. Any objections to the court asking him questions?
No, Judge.
All right, Mr. Gill, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need to speak up. All right, you can lower your hand. All right, this letter states that you're not driving, is that correct? All right, you're whispering.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Are there any other vehicles at your home?
Just my mother, but it's under her name and everything, so.
All right. Here's the thing. That vehicle is going to have ignition interlock on it. If you have a vehicle at your home, the vehicle must have ignition interlock. Because at the end of the day, your mom could let you drive. Sometimes when children ask for things, mothers are accommodating. So that vehicle has to have ignition interlock on it. Now, if that vehicle is not parked at your home, then it's not parked at your home and ignition interlock will not be needed. But as long as there's a vehicle in your driveway or at your home, needs ignition interlock. State any objection to that?
No, Your Honor, going towards the removal of, I guess, removing the bond condition of ignition interlock for his vehicle, I would recommend scram.
And Judge, we would ask for the Smart Start Mobile. At this point, he hasn't shown any reason why he would need a scram at this point. If there are any violations whatsoever on the Smart Start Mobile, then we would understand why the court would want that issue. But at this point, we're asking for him to have the Smart Start Mobile. Judge.
Why?
Basically, he works, I mean, he's looking for a job. He doesn't work right now. He is looking for employment right now, and I think that's gonna be more of a restriction for him as opposed to, again, being able to have more flexibility. And in terms of also monetary, I believe this scram is approximately what, $200 or $300 a month. And that's also gonna limit him with respect to what he can do in terms of finances.
All right, state.
Again, Judge, as the state would just recommend the scram device just because it's one that goes with them everywhere. That would ensure just with community safety, but ultimately, of course, we'll defer to the court.
All right. So here's the thing. What I'm going to order is he has to have ignition interlock on his mother's vehicle. And then I am going to order scram. And I'll ask that the fees be waived. I can tell you, they're going to tell me it's a third-party contract. They're not going to waive fees.
Judge, if I may, in terms of the ignition interlock, would it be necessary to have the ignition interlock on the mother's vehicle if he already has the scram then? It wouldn't be.
Yes.
I mean, it would.
The reason why is because if he has scram, that doesn't stop him from driving. That just tells us, hey, he drank.
Understood, Judge. I just feel there's at least restrictive means if he has ignition unlock on the mother's vehicle and Smart Start Mobile, and just my position from financing as well.
All right, this is what the court is going to order. I'm going to order ignition interlock on all vehicles at the home. I'm going to order 120 sober support meetings in 120 days. And I'll order weekly testing for alcohol for 120 days. Is there anything else?
Yes, Judge. Would the court revisit the issue of the scram if he's successful on the 120 days?
Well, I
And
didn't order
ignition-
scram.
I'm sorry?
I'm ordering ignition interlock.
Okay, not scram. Is that-
No,
okay,
not scram.
understood.
I'm ordering ignition interlock to be on that vehicle. And you have 2 weeks to obtain the ignition interlock on the vehicle. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to do that financially?
I could work something out for sure.
All right. So we're going to do weekly testing for alcohol for 120 days. The ignition interlock needs to be on all vehicles at your location. And that needs to be done within 2 weeks. And I'm giving you 2 weeks because of the financial issue, the fact that you're unemployed. And I'm hoping that the weekly testing for alcohol will take care of any concerns. And so there's to be no driving for the 2 weeks, of course. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you need to have ignition interlock. But no later than June 17th. All right. Any questions about anything that I'm ordering?
No, ma'am.
All right. And if something were to happen to your mom's vehicle and it's no longer there, then you have to come back And I'll put you on a different monitoring device. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You Judge.
You're welcome. Macedonio Martinez.
Judge, he's on Zoom, by the way.
All right. All right, so we have a cruelty to livestock.
Yes, Judge. Yeah, there's a family case as well.
All right, and did you all tender an offer?
Both Escobar and myself have made an offer, Judge, yes.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, how old are you?
He's muted, Judge.
He's muted.
Let me ask him to unmute. You know, we forget things, right? That's okay. How old are you?
43 years old.
All right, so I'm gonna set this for a plea deadline date. And your plea deadline date is gonna be June 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, man.
All right, and are you out of state?
He's in Laredo.
All right, so you'll need to be in court on June 17th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court on Zoom.
Thank you.
All right, you're excused, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
First time here, so, you know, show me your option.
Justin Guzman. Is he in custody or on bond? All right, could you have him brought out?
It's gonna be a minute.
Oh, no, that's fine, whenever you get a chance. Juan Carlos Rios. Good morning. All right, state, did you tender an offer?
Judge, so I did meet with admin. We did get our chief a switch out from Tamara to David Lunan. I was able to talk to David. We're still trying to get a meeting with Joe to talk about this case because we have just 2 weeks. That should be sufficient.
All right, I'll recall it for the 17th. Is that enough time?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would just like to let the court know, I am set for trial on the 17th in McKinney County, Kinney County.
Okay.
And it's a special setting.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have it resolved by then, but the court down there has ordered me to appear. Would you like to have somebody cover this setting if I can, or are you?
We can recall, will you know by the 13th?
Possibly, Judge, we're trying to get that done quickly. I know that we have a murder set next week.
All right. Well, this is what I'll do. I'll put it for June 17th. Your client can appear. It's for the state to tender an offer, and then I'll give him his plea deadline date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So, and I'll notate that you're going to be in,
Kinney,
where's Kinney County?
Bracketville, you head towards Del Rio,
Mhm.
past U Valley. And then you stop, there's some train tracks
All right.
and have a court in something that looks like a barn.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I love the small towns. Is it a town where it doesn't have, it just has the flashing red lights or the stop sign?
It has a stoplight. It has two of them.
It reminds me of, I love the In the Heat of the Night series.
Yeah.
Where he's sitting and the train is going by. Okay. All right. So we'll recall it for June 17th. Mr. Rios, you'll need to be here. It's just for you to receive the offer from the state. Then what will end up happening is I'll give you a plea deadline date for the next setting. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. Oh, and counsel, on this one, it says that you all have received all the discovery. So state, if you can get an acknowledgement of discovery done, please. And counsel, once they print out the acknowledgement of discovery, then you're excused. All right. You're welcome.
I'm gonna go. Megan is under that.
Jesse Ariaga.
No, not, I know a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Hello. So where are we on the discovery?
Twofold, Judge, the state is, we've made good progress, but we still are. Give me 1 second with that. I'm actually not even in the systems right now. I took notes elsewhere.
All right, let's start with this counseling records of the complainant.
We are in process with that, and we have two, just to be clear, Judge, when we talked last time, counsel had made notice of a mention of like a sentence in an interview. Once we opened those records, we realized we needed to pull records for the bereavement center and pull Marco Mars Clinic on Days of Allah. Our advocate has been made aware of this. I emailed her on the 23rd, so those three things are in process. And then with regard to a potential 3837 witness, we're also in process on that. So the state has more work to do, and we are currently.
CPS records.
I think we're okay on CPS records. Judge. Yeah, so those are good.
And then any other counseling records other than what's been mentioned?
Other than what's been mentioned, again, the one that council let us know about opened up 2 more doors, and according to all 3 of them, that's our full understanding of outstanding records, and we're on it, Judge.
All right, this is the last date for discovery and state. If it's something that turns out to be inculpatory and you haven't turned it over by this date, it's not coming in. So I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna give you all till July 10th. That's the last date for discovery.
And just so the court is aware, we're concerned it might be exculpatory.
Yeah.
I understand she's made statements to some people that might be in conflict.
Okay. All right, July 10th,
We're
last
working on
date. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Anthony Villarreal. Hello.
Hi.
All right, your attorney has called the court and the attorney has said that they're out sick. Have you had contact with your attorney at all?
Yes, I spoke with him this morning.
All right. Let's see.
Sick on Friday as well. Yeah, got vertigo.
All right, let me see what page you're on. All right, is your counsel appointed? Hired? All right, this is the last reset date I'm giving for your attorney being out because this will be the second reset for
Yes,
this. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma.
What happens if, I'm just curious, like, we'll come next time and he's out, or I just get like an appointed or?
No, I mean, just one second. Norma. Joe Hosher on Juan Carlos Rios. Actually, my calendar is all messed up. That's going to be recalled for Norma, put it on June 19th. All right, yes. That is, and how could I forget that? It's my people. All right, June 20th, Norma. Sorry about that. On Rios. Could I see the file on Rios, please? And also on Macedonia Martinez. And Norma, if you can call the attorney and tell him that it's Scott McCrum, that Macedonia Martinez is going to be for June 20th as well.
Yes, I think so.
All right, so that's June 20th. And that one's June 20th. All right, so Mr. Villarreal.
Yes.
I'm going to reset this and then this will be the last reset date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Norma recalled Mr. Villarreal for June 15th. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, you're back.
What's your grand's name?
Suzanne Creamer found somebody's alcohol code. Just been trying to get it back to. It wasn't that. Oh, it wouldn't be. Good morning. Here's my second. Minutes in the morning. Sorry, I gave him the one. And then the last letter, I'm about to plead.
Jimmy Dotson, good morning. All right, you know
Made
the,
that comment about small town. I don't like small town. Every time I go there, they wanna.
you get a ticket?
Take me for ID. Show me some ID.
Oh, hey, that's rough.
So places like Selma.
No.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Dotson.
Oh.
All right, today is your plea deadline date.
We rejected the plea. We have two cases on the docket and we would like our trial, our trials, or whatever you call it.
All right, Mr. Dotson. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state on Mr. Dotson. He wants his jury trial.
Yes.
So what's a good date?
Date, Judge. It's a drug case, so I mean, it shouldn't be that long.
All right, and I'll need an acknowledgement of discovery in each case number. Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. It's a drug case, should be short, 2 days.
There are two cases.
Yeah, 2 days.
Wish I could tell you when I'm going to be in the Caribbean, but I'm not, so.
All right, we don't have any date in June or July. All right, you're set for jury trial, July 9th.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment. Yes,
Fernando Sorrento?
yes.
I heard something about it.
Oh.
I
Do
don't
we
need an
need,
interpreter.
we
I
don't-
need the Padilla letter.
Norma, did you call, are they sending someone down?
All right.
All right, so
Oh, okay.
who is the interpreter for?
Miguel?
Miguel, okay,
Yes, that's it.
all right.
We have two people?
No, just one.
Okay.
And he's over there in the back
Okay,
with Miguel.
thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
You had me all excited, thinking I, keep working on a case, Judge.
All right, and Ray Espinoza.
Yes, Judge, we're present, ready.
Oh, sorry. Sure. Morning. All right, where is Michael DeLeon?
He was just here,
Okay,
but I
Okay.
believe we're here on discovery on
Yes.
the Capitol.
okay, thank you.
I did see him this morning. though.
Okay. All right. So your orders are signed.
Great, thank you. Judge. To be entered whenever that is possible. I
Oh,
guess.
we'll see. Yeah, whenever.
Well, we still don't have a system.
It's
It will happen.
It's actually.
Sorry.
Unlike people with whom now we have to go to that scanning. Upload
no.
it, do a whole bunch of things.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we are here. State, I don't know his age. Is this deaf, not deaf?
I have not taken this to this committee yet, Judge. I'll
Okay.
talk to my supervisor.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. And I did have, Mr. DeLeon is appointed as a third chair for
Correct.
y'all. What we're going to do is I'm gonna reset this. And I'm gonna reset it in 60 days. Is that enough time?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna reset it in 60 days for the state to make a determination of whether or not they're seeking the death penalty. And also during that time, you all need to be working on discovery and towards getting all discovery.
Yes,
So
Judge.
is there any outstanding discovery or do we know yet?
I don't believe there is, Judge, but there may be a little bit associated with Mr. DeLeon's case, with the deadly weapon in the penal institution.
Yes.
He would, because I don't have access to that, he would have to tell us whether or not he's missing anything from that.
Okay. All right.
I'll probably, with the court's permission, get Norma to put me on that one as a second, just so that we have access to that discovery
Okay.
online whenever it comes back up.
All right. And state, you have a murder trial in August, right? All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this for discovery. And we'll set it for discovery. And also, I'm gonna give you all a little bit more time than the 60 days.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
So we'll set it towards the end of August.
Okay.
August 26th.
Okay.
So you all are gonna have to work off docket as far as discovery. And I know, state you turned over a hard drive.
Yes, correct.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. So we'll bring you back on August 26th. And what's going to happen is the state is going to let the court know and let your counsel know whether or not they're seeking the death penalty. And also what will end up happening is we'll see where we are in discovery. And if there's some discovery missing, if y'all will be able to tell me that on August 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Judge, I don't believe so.
All right. Thank you.
Excuse?
Yes.
Thank
Thank you. Good seeing you. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
Yeah. How is the vegan spots or
Sorry.
the vegan spots? You know, the last time we were here, the place you said it was good.
Yeah, the Veggeria.
Yes.
Yeah, that place is, I've been going back to that. That's the one you were in.
Yeah.
I've been going back to that like constantly. I love that place.
Okay, awesome.
I've recently had to sort of still partly vegan.
Okay.
But now I can't eat any meats that have antibiotics or hormones, which is pretty much all the meats.
Yeah.
So
Unless you're growing your own,
unless you're, yeah.
unless you have your own, which I'm like, no.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge. Good to see
You're
you.
welcome. You too.
I'm gonna put another here.
All right, who's here on Carlos Gallardo? All right, where's your client?
He's probably in custody,
All right,
but it's a second degree case and it was enhanced when it was indicted
Mhm.
to a first.
Okay.
And I'm on the first degree list.
all right.
So
Okay.
that's gonna be,
Okay, all right, you can be excused. We'll get an attorney for that.
okay, thank you, Judge.
Yes. Dennis Johnson.
Right here, Bill.
All right, where's Mr. Johnson? Come forward.
DJ.
Hey. Where are the freckles though?
Oh, we lost him, Judge. Too much sun.
You know, he played hard.
He played hard.
A lot of people don't understand what we're talking about, but we know.
Yeah. I don't like balls.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, okay, he knows. Daniel, who is Dennis Johnson?
DJ.
I'll give you a hint, freckles. Oh, okay. That's okay. Boston Celtics.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, all right, Robert De Niro. Okay, so, are you retained on this case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so,
Not foul.
all right, thank you. All right, have you received all the discovery?
Not sure, Judge. My client was just given a copy of the indictment today.
Okay,
So it's actually first setting. And I would have to check once it's uploaded, look through it. Supposed to state, and they said that if they feel they have everything up here, I can get the opportunity to review briefly and then we'll see.
all right, and how old are you, sir?
I'm 29 now.
All right. So we're gonna come back on June 24th. And state on June 24th, you'll need to have an acknowledgement of discovery and an offer tendered to defense.
Yes, sir. So there were two different settings.
No.
No? They've been merged.
It's merged, you know, as we see the way the system works, we see how it goes. But you'll have a plea deadline date. It will be fine. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll come back on June. Oh, he has upstaged a lot of people. But you know what? Your colors blend and go well. They coordinate very well together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like you say, you have to swat coordinate. Boomerang.
Yes.
Watch them go.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
But that I have.
Michael DeLeon. The capital case has been reset for August 26th.
Available August 26th.
Oh, you'll be available. Yeah. Norma? Here's this. All right, who's here on Herbert Dardo Morales Obando? Good morning. Hello. All right. So are there any citizenship issues?
Yes, Joe.
Okay. And counsel, is your office going to handle the immigration issues? Or is he appointed?
Yeah, no, we're hiring,
Oh.
we have a in-house counsel,
Okay.
so we speak to him about it. So there was consequence,
Okay.
but the immigration attorney, he's not hired for the federal property.
All right. So are you all going to address the immigration issues?
Yes, within the criminal case.
Ah, yes. Okay. I like that you're putting it there. All right. This is family violence.
Yes, we talked to Isaac already, this is the first setting,
All right.
we are some time of discovery. We are on that process. Probably by the next setting, the ADA will also give us an offer.
All right. So are there medical records or anything of that
Yeah.
nature in this?
Yes.
I have an agreed PO for CPS records. I'm happy to give it to the
Yes.
judge. And we have those records.
And counsel, if you'll sign.
Yes, I will. I wanted to.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, Judge. Thank you very much.
Sure. All right. And so the medical record states you're saying you have those?
We have not spoken about medical records.
All right, all right.
I can check the whole system to see if we have them, but we definitely talked about these. So I made sure to draft this up in the interim.
All right. So Norma, on this case, can you recall it for discovery for July 8th?
Just could it be the week after?
What's going on?
My sister coming from Puerto Rico to pick up my mom.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
actually, it could be on the week of the 22, Judge, any day would be perfect.
All right. The week of the 15th?
Of the 22nd, that will be perfect. Just leave it that weekend, you know how it is.
Okay.
Take it
All
to
right.
the airport and.
Okay. Norma, put this on July 22nd.
Appreciate it.
All right. And then state an offer will be due at that time as well.
Okay, Judge, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, you're very welcome. Yes, good to see
All
you.
right.
Have a good day, Judge.
Sure. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, everything's fine.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Good
Have
seeing
a
you.
wonderful day, Judge.
All right. You too.
Don't we have any more? Okay.
What page is he on? Ah, thank you. Carlos Alban. Yes. What is happening on this case?
Judge, we're here on a second setting and the state has made us an offer and we've asked the state to reconsider the offer.
I'm sorry, what?
We've asked the state to reconsider their.
We talked about some possibilities, Judge, and so I'm gonna talk to the complainant before I'll agree to lower my offer,
All right.
but we're working on it.
All right, Norma, the plea deadline date on this case is July 1st. And it's Carlos Alman. Alaman, thank you. I don't know what to do with that E. Alaman. All right. So thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. When you come back on July 1st, you'll have to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And state on this one, if you can do an acknowledgement of discovery, please. Clarence McDaniel. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. I guess blue is the color of the day.
Oh, it is.
Why did I just blank on her name? She's in blue too.
Yeah, blue and orange is always the color of the day
Oh, okay.
because we have people coming over.
Oh, and blue. Oh, yeah. Okay, Judge. And red. Don't forget red.
In red, yeah.
Jason. But we're just asking for a reset. I think this is our first setting.
Just 1 second. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I think everything has been turned over.
I believe so, Judge.
All right, state, were you able to tender an offer today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
All right, I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this on June 27th? All right, your plea deadline date is going to be June 27th. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand? All right, thank you. Do you have questions about anything else? All right, thank you. Yes. All right, thank you. If you haven't come up, please.
Usman?
Mr. Guzman,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you had any contact with your attorney at all?
No, Your Honor.
All right, he's an appointed counsel. Would you like another attorney to be appointed?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, so just have a seat and we'll get an attorney to speak with you today, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Hi, morning. Norma? Did you get an attorney for him? Oh, no. You know what? We can do, Deleon is here. Victoria is here.
Figure out anything.
All right, Carlos Gallardo. Oh. Norma? On this one.
Whoa.
Frederico Ojeda. Hello, hi. All right, so the last time we were here, defense, it said that you were requesting some disclosures on something?
Yes, Your Honor, and those have been provided. At this point, defense needs to provide an external hard drive for a larger Coban. It is important because obviously it's the first take on the scene. So a regular 30 days, whatever Your Honor wants to give us, we have to bring them something to burn it on.
Okay. All right. Norma, on Ojeda, can you recall this for July 15th? All right, we'll be back on July 15th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any questions about anything? All right, thank you.
Just wait for me.
And state, at that time, you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Oh, I use it.
Oh, Victoria? It's July 15th.
Oh, today is your birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Here, if you'll come around. And counsel, make sure your client is on time next time. All right, thank you.
I was like, let me just try it out. Okay, yeah, I'm just going over, I got the sections.
Any update on the Mac? All right, could you give me the number? I'm sorry, what? All right, thank you. All right, Tamika Studemeyer?
I'm President Charlie.
Yes.
This is the case was Friday. I was out sick and I was called for today.
Mhm.
I received a text yesterday, late afternoon, from my client that she was able to be here. She's with law enforcement. Her 7-week-old granddaughter was found dead, and there were clarity. All I can tell is what the Texas show. I'll give you the
I'm
detective.
sorry, I can't hear you. You said what?
All I can tell you is what the Texas show. I can give you the detective's information if you need.
Oh, I
it,
don't need the
or the
detective's
SAPD
information.
number.
So where is she?
She's dealing with the detectives right in hospital because her granddaughter, with a 7-week-old, I think was found dead, and they're looking
Oh.
into the case.
Okay.
So that's why she's not here.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reset this. State, it's criminal trial division.
Criminal mischief case.
All right, this is a criminal mischief on Tamika Studemeyer. He said that she's with detectives because there's been a death in the family.
Okay, yeah, no.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall, that's a lot for somebody to deal with.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna set this for August 26th. If she's available to come in before then, or you wanted to bring her in before then, just let the court know. But we'll reset it for August 26th, and if you can let her know that.
I'll let her know. Yeah, I told her to keep you updated. Thanks, Sean.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Miriam Patron. Good morning. You're on this side, counsel,
See,
for security reasons.
I used to be over there.
Yeah. All right, so where are we on the immigration status?
We have it figured out, Judge. We have an offer. Mr. Garaham was very kind and generous. My client is going to take it, but we're asking for one more reset because it's a custody. She'll be going into custody after pleading, so she needs to make arrangements for childcare.
All right, so y'all can do the plea then today. And then I will see about giving you all a reset.
Are we able to do paperwork with the computer systems? I have no idea.
Well, you know what? We've been asked to find out if that's possible. I've received reports that it's not possible. Well, we shall see.
Okay, so reset for sentencing then?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Thank you. This is going to be a plea if they can, if the paperwork is available. Francisco Sotelo? Yes.
Your Honor, we've conferred this morning on the
All right.
case.
Oh, just a second. Your client's coming down.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, so where are we?
We're waiting CPS records. They were requested back in April, so I do need to check on the status because 2 months is usually about how long they take. So we're gonna double check on that and then we'll be good to go.
All
We
right.
have made an initial offer, but it could change subject to what the CPS records show.
All right.
We have conferred, Your Honor. My client has some padilla issues going on. We're kind of trying to fine tune the advice he's going to get on that, but we need a little bit more time to resolve these cases.
All right. And does he need an immigration attorney?
Your Honor, the MAC is handling it. There is a padilla consultation going on. His family, we're talking to him. His family might hire immigration counsel separately, but as far as the padilla issues and advice for regarding this case, that is in the works.
All right. And is there a pending CPS case involving him or no?
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, you're right. The record should have been.
Yeah. So we're gonna double check with that, because I know Victoria requested them like first or second week of April.
All right. So we're going to recall this. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this on June 24th?
Judge, I'm going to be out of town that day.
Oh, where are you going to be?
It's my daughter's birthday. We're gonna be
Oh.
Dallas, coming back from Dallas.
Oh,
From the American,
I'm sorry, what?
from the American Girl.
Oh, that is, okay, that is so awesome.
Yes.
Of course, you know, my favorite was Addie. Yeah.
I'm learning about it, Judge. We're having lunch.
I think I
Oh.
have some mango.
Yeah, you know, they actually have the restaurant and all of that, and they have where your child can actually dress up.
I've heard about that.
Yes. So you may have to don a period piece as well.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. Yes.
All
But
right,
if I could get a little bit more time, Judge, obviously.
all right. You want to put it on July 15th,
Can I do it later in that week, Judge?
July 8th?
I have a monitoring CPS trial that's,
July 11th, and let's see where you are on your trial. Because sometimes people have trials, and then,
get out of town. So but my birthday's on the 14th.
all right, July 1st.
Judge, I'll take that. I'll make it there. Yes,
All right, and it's your birthday too?
on the 14th it is.
Oh, wow.
I'm technically gonna be at a CLE for PCLA.
Okay, awesome. All right, Norma on Sotelo, July 1st. Yeah, we already have a setting for that. That's what they tell. I'm presiding. But it's gonna be a light docket because we are gonna celebrate the 4th.
Okay, no, Judge, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you
will be
very
a light docket.
much. We'll be here on the 1st.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Your Honor, you have a good day.
All right, you too.
I'll be in touch. Y'all talk to you.
Hello. Stanley Gilly,
Julie.
Guley.
Yes.
Oh, you're on this side, counsel. All right, pronounce your last name for me again. Gwali. See, he was wrong. He said Guli. Gwali. I'm gonna remember that. All right, who's the prosecutor on Stanley Gwali? All right, so where are we on discovery?
I think we're satisfied with that. The state has offered and we've accepted an offer for trial diversion, so we're submitting that right now. And then I assume we'll go through the normal process and be off your docket.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a pretrial diversion date for Stanley Gwally. See if I say it several times, then I remember. All right, July 8th.
I think that's right, Judge.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you, my friends.
That's okay. I can leave them.
Hi, this is Judge Board in the 187 District Court. Hi, we're waiting for someone to come down with the Padilla letter on Fernando Serrato. Joseph Pelt. Do you need the cost number? 2018 CR 9930. All right, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
You would think that.
I think they started saying.
Thank you.
Right before COVID.
Yeah, because 2020 was the perfect year for it.
Well, I mean, it was new back. Hold on, how much? No. Of course, yeah, we're all.
Hello, hi.
Just a status update. I filed a motion for continuance on my case on Monday or tomorrow, I'm sorry. But I'm having surgery in the morning.
Okay, they'll need to pull the file.
Patricia Munoz.
Today?
Tomorrow.
I can be trained. Didn't check anything.
Mhm.
Can be trained.
See, I appreciate that.
Jason is trying very hard to get the paperwork done, but I think he's about ready to snap his laptop.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna see if it can be done. I've received text that it cannot. That there may be something still going on. I don't know.
Well, and listening to them, found out that nothing has changed at the DA's office since I left, since you left.
Yeah.
They didn't train him on anything, just good luck, Godspeed.
And you know, since I'm in the twilight of my life, learning new systems, I will learn it if I actually know it's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying it was a disaster. It's like, well, the whole process was just so rushed. I mean, they didn't have enough time to get it,
Well, now this has been in the making for how many years?
years, I know.
Yeah. What, 30 years?
Actually, I tried.
So I went to via Zoom, went to the defense training that the MAC put on about accessing a new portal and all that, like switching over to Odyssey. And someone was talking about like, yeah, this is like 1980s technology. It's like 1970s. It's because CGIS is DOS based.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, it is just, yeah. But they said this was coming. I will tell you, Cornelius Cox had a great idea. He said, why didn't you keep Mocha running? And then have this going live as well. And then that way, if there are some issues, you can still fall back on Mocha.
I'd like a redundant system going. Yeah.
And then somebody else said, instead of making the clerks be here on their weekends, transferring things, surely there should have been a program in place that automatically transfers it over. Yeah. You know what? It reminds me, do you remember when, were you here when they were putting up the PT building and there was an accident, a wall caved in on somebody?
Yes.
All right. So, you know, sometimes when you accept a bid for $20 and something really should cost 300, sometimes the least expensive way is not the best way to go. But I don't know how much this program costs.
Oh, I'm sure it was not cheap.
Well, hopefully at some point, the court-appointed attorneys will have a raise. A living, well, I should say a living rate wage.
Yeah.
Been there.
Oh, so as usual, Dare County IT went in with eyes wide open.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're doing large amounts of data.
But you know what the problem is? When you pay for something and you spent, I don't know, millions of dollars for it, at some point you have to use it because otherwise people will say, why did you spend millions of dollars on a program that nobody ever tested?
Just gonna slap some duct tape on it, make it work.
You're gonna have to make it work, gonna have to live with it. They say there's a heat dome coming our way.
Oh, lovely. This 2 weekends ago wasn't awful enough.
Mhm.
Oh, my poor son, like, so it was baseball playoffs. And they had a 3 o'clock and a 5 o'clock game 2 Saturdays ago when the heat index was like 115 or whatever.
Mhm.
And I helped the coaches out. And so like, I actually had to fill in for third base coach and it's coach pitch.
Mhm.
And so when the other team is at bat, our team shags, right? So you like, because the little kids, they're not really good catchers yet. They can't, you know. And so you're actually the one that's throwing the ball back to the other coach who's pitching.
Aw.
So me and this other dad, who normally shags, it was so hot, we took turns, like we alternated innings, but still 3/4 of the game, and they're limited to 4 innings. And then there's a 4-run maximum per inning. Anyway, so there's no shade. It's like 115.
Is that where you were praying for 4 runs, 4 runs?
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine being out there. And then they have their little helmets on, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it has to be hot.
Oh, yeah. So I had this rolling ice chest that was filled with ice water and those microfiber towels from Kirkland, from Costco.
Yes.
And I just had a bunch of those. We were giving them to the umpires. The umpires between innings were taking little breaks. They'd come in our dugout and we'd give them like an ice towel.
Aw.
But it was brutal. It was brutal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Good catch, Norma. You're looking out the judge's docket. And I thought the.
You were?
Hired attorneys don't do the work.
This is what all it was about, honestly.
This is probably.
Are we just like calling back tomorrow or something? No day. Yeah, he's not dressed. No, I mean for trial. Well, I didn't put his file. Hernandez.
Well,
You want to go. I think it's this one.
Joe Hernandez. Hello. All right, so Mr. Hernandez, were you able to reach an agreement with the state or no?
No, Judge.
All right, you're requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You'll be brought over dressed for trial. If there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know. You're going to be brought over in whatever clothing you were arrested in. If you wish to be attired in something different, you need to sign a clothing exchange form. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just have a seat in the box.
I know. That is not.
Second one here for the right, that's it. We'll switch them out. Okay. I want to get permission first. I don't want to get tased.
Jenny Webb. All right. Ms. Chacon? Hi, the document has been signed. You're welcome. How are wedding plans?
Well, we had our first shower this weekend and that was great fun. She has lots of stuff. You know, it's coming along. Every day the packages are coming, you know, the different things.
I still can't believe she was a little baby and now she's getting married.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I have a vacation letter on Bob in August because her wedding and Andrew moving into the dorm are 2 days apart.
All right, and then what day are you taking off to cry?
That whole next week, I'm unavailable. I will just be boo-hooing and drinking white wine.
Hello.
No. No, she's not.
And Joseph, they said they're sending somebody down.
We're visiting, but no, that's just about to right now.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I'm. I've been.
Email Margie. Like I said, all my documents. She should have my Let me sure. No, this court, yeah, please.
Your case in terms of old, probably like number 3 or 4. It's a possibility, but there's something. Here, Judge, I'll show you.
Okay.
This is her and my mama.
Not taking.
Oh. Okay, I cannot believe, I just remember her as a little baby.
It happens.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so awesome.
Like that.
So do you have any plans in place because you're gonna be an empty nester?
Well, we're gonna go to a lot of the Baylor games because our son's coaching
Yeah.
with Baylor and I don't know, we're going on a cruise in February,
Oh, where you headed?
just out of Galveston, just to, you know.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we love to cruise.
All right, I'll
so-
see you.
See, I've never done the cruise.
Oh, we've done probably 20.
I'm always afraid that I'm gonna miss something and be one of those
That's running
people.
for
Yes. Well, I won't run. I'll just, because what good is it to run? It's, they're not gonna stop. Oh, she's
No,
running.
they won't stop. Sometimes we like to get the balcony on the back of the ship so we can watch the people running.
See, because my thing is, when I'm in a spot, I don't want to constantly be looking at my watch like, oh, I gotta give myself 45 minutes. I just want to relax, go into shops, you know.
We've been so many times that now we just, a lot of times we just stay on the ship. Yeah. We enjoy the ship.
Yeah.
We just float, relax,
Oh.
stare out into the void.
Okay, someone then should come up with a ship where it just
It just
docks at one place and it's just there.
Well, now they all have these private islands and those are fun.
Yeah.
And they should just do that, where you just go to the private island, you spend 2 days at the private island, you come back. I would love that.
Oh, awesome. See, that's something you can put up.
I should. I should. All right.
It's Patricia, right? Yeah, how about this? Don't go anywhere. Let me-
Is this person on bond?
I.
Anthony, is your client on bond?
Yes.
Are they here? Call them, tell them to come here.
Okay,
All right. And
well,
then
how
we'll be
about,
here all day.
okay, I gotta get to call now and I'll come back afterwards. Okay.
Sure.
No, I don't know if I can even, I don't. think I can even-
Okay.
We just see what the last.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, sorry about this.
No, you worked hard. Thank you for helping. You can't fix.
Everyone, we're recessing at 12. And where did Ray Martinez go and Anthony Chacon?
Well, we're still in the process. So I think we're 95% done on the paperwork, but
It took a while to figure it out.
Okay. Oh, wow.
it's not ideal, but I think it gets us there today.
Yeah.
You'll see what I'm talking about, Judge.
All right. Zach, you and Ally are making it happen.
We're like determined.
Hey, share with
We're the first ones.
Criminal Trial Division.
Oh.
Yo, we need, yeah.
Yeah.
But Zach, I don't understand. You all were trained for months.
Oh, Judge.
They did the month-long training in a half a day.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
even
an hour.
10 minutes. There you go.
Everything all ready for.
Yeah, I have an idea. Well, this year, well, for this one, after she had changed the setting, there were type things.
We're down there talking about him.
Yeah, certain settings. Yeah,
Just making sure because we, it's not showing we're doing.
Yeah.
The felony cases on June 6th. I had June 6th. But they put the DA's down on the judicial report, said they couldn't find anything but. So June the 6th. I wanted to-
Or no. And all the other three ones we have, so 6 and 6. So none of it's changed. And it was all. For now. You're like,
That's amazing.
Well, we can't replace it anymore. We're supposed to be able to under SO, but it doesn't work.
Yes, if he's got multiple cases, just don't tell us. And we won't know. We'll just be on the one. And never know about others.
What do we need to do on it?
We want to go along. I don't think so. One at a time. Okay. Here's what I think. I think this is the best we will be able to do. Please review with your thorough eye. I have done some. And if you see any corrections, edits.
I think I figured out how to do it. But I'm still. See it or not.
Potentially good version of what we could look like. That's the best I can offer.
Okay, let me go have fun.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, yeah. It's great. So great. This is like 94.
Hey, it's the new system. Thank God we updated.
I'll be right up. What are you trying to do?
So when generating the one, it's giving this prompt that pops up there, but that we don't have the they have it before. Yeah. I totally new.
Awesome.
But once you do it, it'll like pop out.
What?
Say it again. I mean, I know how to complete that point.
Yeah, you don't have to. We have one of the, yes, they're okay. The brother. Yeah. Yeah. Here, what do you need to do?
I will. Okay. All right. How you doing? It's okay, that's fine.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Mr. Sarato and yes, it's coming up.
Okay. Can I see the file on Sriracha, please?
It's Monday.
Oh, yeah, it is Monday. You know,
Yeah,
this
16.
excitement keeps us alive. All right, Mr. Serrato, come down. Yes.
Met with Mr. Teliez. He's putting together a Padilla letter. There is a paragraph that he needs to, in his words, wrap his head around to with respect to some potential future federal issues regarding the situation that he's going to get to me. As mentioned earlier, Your Honor, I've learned today that Mr. Serato was indicted last week, right before they shut the entire system down, so I didn't get notice of that regarding a possession case. I haven't seen the labs yet. I believe the state has an issue as well, moving forward today without the new #1 allegation of possession of controlled substance. I believe they have an issue with respect to their readiness, being able to move forward. We need to get people here with respect to that, as well as myself needing time to look at that as well.
All right, so this is what I don't understand, and perhaps everybody can help me understand this. This motion to revoke was filed February 2024. March, April, May, June. So help me understand.
Well, Judge, I haven't seen the lab yet because they hadn't been uploaded last time I checked all of the discovery. And he hadn't been indicted yet on it.
Okay.
That's one issue. The other issue was I did request the Padilla letter from the MAC on May 7th when this was set, because that was one of the issues that I learned in communicating with Mr. Serato that he was not a citizen and he'd been previously deported. So that's my position.
And
If
see,
we were to
that's
move forward-
why when everybody came here in April, I said we would come back on June. So, and that was at the beginning of April. So you had a majority of April, all of May, and now we're in June. And nobody's ready. I don't understand. I don't understand the MAC not getting this information, the Padilla information. Aren't they supposed to do that?
Yes, Your Honor, they are.
All right, so I don't understand why it's a late date with that.
I don't speak for the MAC, Judge.
Okay. And what was his response as far as when is he going to have the information that he's supposed to
He
have?
said if I need something today, and I would prefer to have an actual handwritten, an actual letter that I put in my file, Judge. I have the information from him that I've counseled Mr. Serato about. So for those purposes, he will put together a letter and I can have it for my file, but I could move forward without the actual letter because I've counseled Mr. Serato regarding, based on the information that I've gotten from the MAC regarding the Padilla issues.
All right, this is set for contested hearing on June 24th. I'm not giving any further resets.
Yes, Judge. Okay, Judge.
All right, you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Have a seat. Sir.
And Mr. Pelt, are you on the new cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Deandra Dubrell.
Oh,
All right, why were you late for court?
Because I was coming from work, I worked overnight last night and I have to, I live in Killeen, but I work in Austin and I came from Austin directly here.
All right, you can't be late for court anymore. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we on discovery?
Judge, we need to reach out to this is first setting.
All right, this is coming back. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this on July 8th for discovery? All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. You're welcome. You can have a seat. They'll bring it to you.
This was the last two cases, still love them. They're all the shipments for the right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did y'all get that? What's?
Yeah.
I agree.
I have a, if you go to the document, you can send a page, 11.
That's.
Did you take the?
I got it in my account.
The blanket.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is a question.
Certainly do. Get a bigger number.
I kept trying to tell myself something.
Yes.
Before in the case, you go into the search, the then my full through life. It's not unlike that, you know? But no, it feels weird.
It's so much work for juice.
This is great. Yes. I'd be like,
Oh,
"Make
sure.
it possible to make sense," you know? But sure. They don't pay you 30 minutes to find out who did it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's always a fun surprise. Yeah, it's still though.
It's working at it.
What is these things that you just do, like,
Fail to murder.
Fail to murder, error and merging. Absolutely. We, Jason's on board, all the time, and this has been fine.
Yeah.
And mine. Mine's the one.
Very
This is a code, yes, this is why I had to fight the powers that be. I don't know if it's every.
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah, it's every.
This pink spot right there forever. With the way. Yeah, that's for the graphic. With the meetings. The other one's a lot lighter.
It sounds like they're having one on the box.
Nice. I see.
Yes, I think, because I was still like 7. Cause I didn't know. It. Thank you. Got the spout.
Thank you.
Now you I feel safe. That's everybody knows. That's how you say, you know, you keep the, yeah, you're keeping. No, this is. Yes. No, I got some tomorrow. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I know all our tongues. I never heard of it.
I feel like I actually.
Oh. I'm a trial doctor.
But it could be in the context of the. I don't know.
Fair enough. See, the thing is, every time I just screwed Ali, I'm wrong. Let me see this.
2024.
2024. Survey says it's not on trial doctor. Survey also. Survey finally says. I'm wrong. That's my bias. I didn't know if you listened to that. All right, great. Terrorist threat. Okay.
No, but I can.
I'm not worried. Oh, like you said. I know there's some. Yes, there you go. So here's the problem. You're a girl. We're in trouble. We're not going to school. You're in detention. Mom is. It's kind of like a reality show star, like, you know, the people we know because she's so flashy and mom is from the American dream. Yeah, it's actually. Which is so, it's very, but there. Yeah, a little question.
Trato.
Okay. Eventually. I would think of this. I really don't know about it. Maybe I don't give a legal out. So I think there's populating limited bands, but we don't, when it's on, it's a big offer. Yes. Michael, I definitely, all my bad jokes aside, I'll take a look at those and see if there's a. I definitely, will. Yeah, I appreciate it. But okay. We'll be quick and then we can, yeah, that sounds great.
I want you to go to court and make sure the court knew
Yes. There is other stuff.
Okay. We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're just gonna make sure. But there's no reason to keep us.
Oh my God.
I know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good to do that. All right.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Just wanted to say hi to the court here, feedback from the next, the speaker of the PD advisor, so we're good to go on the advice, we're just gonna get the formal signature up on, so he should be good to go for next time.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Normally, we have another election coming up, like starting today, the appraisal board. I'm hoping they still have a place where we can vote in the basement.
They stood by. I was like, we'll announce it.
Some people say never attribute to malice, but you can attribute.
Fair enough.
Well, I would think, well, it's like. I get things.
Because it's Monday.
I do. So Jerry does.
No, no.
They were both. So my terrible does. And when I was in
All right, Deputy Laura, everyone, we're about to make history today. I mean, it's been a long time coming, but this is our first Odyssey plea. So I think we may be the first ones. Other people, yes, yeah. So this is our first. We're similar to the Enterprise. We're going where no man has gone before. Without the help of Mr. Spock. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 6146, State of Texas versus Anthony Chacon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn proudly for the state.
Defense. And are you Mr. Chacon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Don't disappoint everyone.
Your Honor, if we disappoint, my apologies.
That's okay. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Chacon, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, is he applying for deferred?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Chacon, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with assault, family choking? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
yes,
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chacon, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Now, as I see the plea paperwork, I see where things went sort of,
Yes, Your Honor. The system seems to shift everything no matter how many times we try to change the settings. So
oh no, it's still, it's done well. You know, everything that's here is supposed to be here. Maybe they'll fix that.
yes, Judge.
All right, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, are there been any such motions? Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years and there be no harmful or injurious contact with Alexis Ortiz. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers statement and attachments.
Any objection? State, I'm sorry, have you had a chance to speak with the complainant?
We have, Judge.
And is the complainant aware of this offer?
They are aware, Your Honor. Yes.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes,
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We'd like to.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, I'd like the court to be aware that he's been in custody 95 days. He does not have a prior record. The complainant's family, not just the complainant, but her parents, they've all been very helpful towards Sir Chacon in terms of he doesn't have his own family to support him in his day-to-day life. And as you can see, he's very young. And all of them are very concerned about this extensive delay that he's had in the jail. Matter of fact, they're the ones that hired me to help him out in this case. So we're hoping the court would grant the deferred with the no harmful contact provision. I would tell you that the complainant was here in court last week when we were attempting the first time to get this case resolved. So she's totally on board with this arrangement. We know there's gonna have to be a tapping valve, maybe some other things, but we'd ask the court to do those while he's out of custody.
All right. So how old are you?
21.
21?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you employed?
No, not currently.
Were you employed during this incident?
Yes, I was.
How long have you had an alcohol problem?
About 2 years.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right. So do you have a place to live with Miss Ortiz? Do y'all have a place together?
We did
All right, you did. So where is she living now?
with her parents.
And what are your plans for living arrangements?
Still haven't figured that out yet.
Judge, if I could jump in on that one.
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz's mother suggested to me that if you were to get out on bond, because initially we were talking about bonding him out. She said they were gonna probably get a hotel room or something like that for him. They know that he doesn't have the resources to do it, but they've already contemplated that as a possibility.
All right. And where are your parents?
I don't have any contact with them
Why not?
because we got into a disagreement
Over what?
over a car accident. They believed that I was drunk at the time, but I wasn't. And since then, they haven't really wanted to talk to me.
And how long has this been?
8 months to a year.
Okay. All right. This is this is the only case he has? No other prior history?
When we pulled the SID, that's all we saw, Your Honor, in terms of outstanding cases.
All right. Have you ever been arrested before?
I have, but I did probation for 150 days and got it deferred.
All right. And what was that charge?
It was assault on a family member and public intoxication.
All right. And when was that?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Was that in Bear County?
I believe so, yes.
Are you sure it was in Bear County?
It very well may have been, Your Honor. Again, in terms of current cases, when you pull the SID, this is all we saw.
I did a prior attorney to get it expunged, so.
Ah,
That
okay,
might be
then we
why.
shouldn't be discussing that.
Okay, my bad.
All right, so you should have just said, no, just so you know, legally, when someone asks you if something has been expunged, that means that it's no longer in existence. So the correct answer, well, the legally correct answer would be no, but I appreciate you being honest with the court because I'm trying to figure out what to do to get you the help that you need. All right.
I appreciate that.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe to our current, if I pull up the TCIC and in municipal court back in 2022, there was a class C wherein community supervision was extended and then I believe dismissed. So that is the full extent of the record we have, Judge.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. For now, I'm going to do no contact with Alexis Ortiz. Once you're in treatment for a little bit, your attorney can come back and the court will reconsider that. But you need to be away from stressors for a while to get in treatment, to do everything to get right with yourself. And you need to do that before you're even in another relationship. You understand?
No.
So there's going to be no contact with Alexis Ortiz. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There should be regular random UAs. I'll do a referral to felony drug court. I'm going to do that in custody. the probation will put an order in, so they'll see you this week, and I'll know before the week is out whether they accept you. If they accept you, your probation is going to be transferred to felony drug court, and they will help you with your alcohol issues. They will help you with the housing issues. They will help you with job issues. You understand? And how far did you go in school?
I graduated high school and I graduated my trade school,
All right, what's your trade in?
welding.
All right, so welders make a lot of money. What are you planning on doing with that?
I was trying to get a job, but once I got into my car accident, it was hard to get a job because I didn't have a vehicle.
Oh, via bus. I've seen, when I used to ride the via bus, I would see welders on the via bus. Some of them were my clients. They were on the via bus, so it's doable. I don't know why, I don't know if people have shame in riding the via bus. There's no shame. Half the people who are on the via bus, you honestly have no reason to know why they're on it. Some people are on there, of course, for DWIs. Some people are on it because they just like riding the bus. I enjoyed riding the bus, leave the driving to them. It was awesome. Only thing I didn't like was the 92 because that takes you on Fredericksburg and that goes all around the city. That's the longest bus ride. I preferred 90, which is the Babcock bus. But there's no shame in it. You're just trying to get from point A to point B. It's a shame that they no longer have the nickel ad where you used to buy used cars out of the nickel ad for $300. Again, doesn't matter if your car is beat up, you get them from point A to point B. All right, so we'll do a referral to felony drug court. If felony drug court does not take him, then let's see about lifetime recovery. Lifetime recovery has housing, and that's to be done while in custody. We'll do 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits, one time per month until in treatment for 2 months. And then thereafter to be at probation's discretion. So we do have to address the anger management issues that he has. State, what are you requesting?
BIP or anger management?
Judge, we would ask for the anger management. I think that the bigger function of this agreement was his being under the influence of alcohol. I think they seem to have a good relationship when he's the way he is right now.
Okay.
So if we can address the alcohol and the anger, yes, it's an issue, but not as much as the alcohol.
All right. Do you have something in between probation, in between anger management and BIP, sort of?
No, I would say the anger management class.
Okay. All right. There's going to be anger management. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Probation. I'm leaning towards not doing community supervision because he really needs to be in inpatient treatment for the alcoholism. Do you have any objection to that? State?
No, Judge.
Defense? All right, probation. Is there anything else he needs?
Let's think about that one class.
Domestic, yes, let's do that. It's one class. They have a live domestic violence impact class. My understanding, it's one class, and that way he'll see the impact his drinking has on others, the impact your violence has on others. You understand?
Yes.
Is this, and I apologize, sir, is this the class that begins with the H? HMAC?
Yes.
Done. Okay, thank you, Judge. I appreciate the clarification.
All right. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Not that I can think of right now.
All right, I'm going to show you trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let your probation officer know. Pick up the phone, call your probation officer. If they don't answer, leave a message. If you don't leave a message, it's like you didn't even call. You understand? If you still feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. But whatever you do, do not do this thing where you throw up your hands and you stop reporting. Because once you start reporting, there's a snowball effect. And I can guarantee you a motion to revoke will be filed, and then you will be looking at 10 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes.
Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. Before you get into any other relationship, buy an orchid. And this is why I tell people that this orchids, when you get them from the store, the flowers are on it. It comes with instructions. They'll tell you to put ice in it, which you're not supposed to do, but they'll tell you put ice on it. But the reason why I suggest that plant is because that plant will teach you patience. Once the leaves fall off, once the flowers fall off, if you can get that same plant to rebloom, you may be ready for a relationship. Because orchids, you can't give them direct sunlight. It has to be indirect. You think you're giving them indirect sunlight, but guess what? They don't bloom. Then their leaves sort of get not as bright and beautiful as it was before. And you keep wondering, what am I doing wrong? You do research. A relationship is similar to that. You got to pay attention to things and pay attention to cues. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. All right. Ray, do you need an orchid? I don't think you do.
No.
You've been in a relationship
Francis
for a
got
while.
one for Mother's Day. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how it's doing.
All right. How's Francis doing? I miss her.
She's doing really well. But
Awesome. Is she enjoying her retired life?
8 years. She should be retired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I would see her at the courthouse, she would always give me a hug and she would be so serene. The energy would just flow through her.
She'd be more chilled out.
All right, everyone, we're taking our break at noon. So if you have something that you're ready on, approach the clerk. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back in the afternoon.
Let me approach you, Judge.
Sure.
I am ready on Robert Ortegon. It's a bond reduction, but I'm ready if his daughter is logged on Zoom. I don't know if you can tell.
Gabby's
Gabriella.
iPhone? Yes.
Yes.
All right, so if you tell them and have them pull it, we'll take it up. State, are y'all ready on a bond reduction request on Robert Ortegon? All right, and where's Robert Ortegon? Come down. All right, what is your witness's name?
Gabriella Ortegon.
All right, Gabriella Ortegon, if you'll start your video, please. I think there may be some issue. I don't know if you want to call her.
It's just on the front.
Ah, let me see. Yeah, she's no longer with us.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't have said it that way. She's no longer on
Okay,
Zoom.
if I can keep him up here
Yeah,
just for a
sure.
second, I'll step up briefly.
Right. Anita Herrera. And I'm going to ask that if she can come down on this side because he's here.
Sure.
Is that okay, Deputy Mejia? Is this the case where she was incompetent and we're waiting transfer?
Yeah.
Oh, why does it say this? Incompetent on May 8th?
And so, but
Ms. Ferguson? Can you look and see, was she declared incompetent? Like she's gone out again. I think she'll be back shortly. So I'm trying to figure out if she's been restored. Miss Herrera, did you go to the state hospital?
No. I got tested again and I was found competent.
Okay. And counsel, do you know if you all had a hearing for her to be determined to be competent?
This is my second appearance on here. There was another attorney before me,
Mhm.
so I'm unaware of that part, but what we wanted to bring up to the court today is just that we're trying to resolve the case. We're getting close and there might be some computer issues this morning going on in the world. So I think we'll resolve it next time. We just wanted to bring it to the court's attention.
Yes.
And judge, in this case, so I tried filling out the paperwork, just filling in everything.
Mhm.
Odyssey shut down Microsoft Word and I was pretty much done, so now I have to start again from scratch.
Okay, so competency was restored?
Yes, on April 25th.
All right, so then we'll need to recall this back soon so that we won't get back to incompetency.
Not a problem.
So do y'all want to recall it for next week?
That should be fine, Judge. I can just start filling it in again.
Mr. DeLeon?
I've got nothing to do next week, Judge. Oh, yeah, wait a minute.
All right, well, do you want to call it on Thursday?
I will be back here.
All right, so you want to do it Thursday, the 6th, or you want to do it the 10th?
No, not the 6th, but the 10th is fine.
All right, so we'll come back on June 10th. Is that enough time for everyone?
Yes, Judge. Hopefully everything should be resolved or getting there.
All right, so we'll bring you back on Monday, okay? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Megan?
Yeah.
I think she's here. She is not able to hear. She has a phone, I think. Let me see. We'll see if that works. I will tell you this, we're gonna get this hearing done today, though.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, hello, can you hear
Can
me?
you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Oh, okay, so we're gonna take this up and then after this, we'll take up Joshua and Zadua. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 4664, State of Texas versus Robert Artegon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alex Jackson,
Defense?
Megan Enriquez, present for John Kuntz for Robert Ortegon.
All right, are you Mr. Artegon?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name, please.
Robert Ortegon.
All right, so it's the court's understanding that previously a bond was set, is that correct?
Yes, and it's already been reduced once.
All right, and so the bond was reduced to $50,000, is that correct?
Correct, from 75 to 50.
All right, State, have you had a chance to review the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
I mean, just to the lowering, but I mean, just due to the nature of it, but other than that, we'll let them proceed and they do have a witness.
All right, you can call your witness.
Yes, Your Honor, we call Gabriela Ortegon.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gabriela Ortegon.
All right, Mr. Ortegon, do you have any objections to this witness appearing by Zoom?
No.
State, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
And defense, it's your witness, so I'm assuming you have no objection.
No objection.
All right, you may proceed.
Gabriela,
That's okay, I think she's still there.
Sorry.
can you hear me, Gabriela?
Okay. There, yes, sorry.
What is your relation to Robert Ortegon?
Oldest daughter.
Okay.
And he was arrested on April 11th, 2024.
That is correct.
Okay, so he's been in Bear County Jail nearly 2 months, just short of 2
Correct.
months. And the complaining witness in this case is actually your daughter, correct?
That is correct, my oldest.
And it's from an allegation from 2 years ago?
Yes, September
This-
16th.
Despite your daughter being the complaining witness in this case, you are the one that is still making the efforts to try to get your dad out on bond, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So let's tell the court about the efforts that you have made in attempting to get him out. And obviously, at the current amount, you still cannot get him out. How many bond companies have you called?
Yes, I've called a handful, maybe about 6 to 8. I tried the first time when the bond was set at the 75, and then when it got reduced again, I tried again. The amount is too high to take care of on my own.
And when you call these bond companies, do you discuss payment plans with them?
Yes, and also I know the co-signers as well, but that's been also difficult to kind of get also with coming up with the full amount that they were requiring.
And you have a sister, but she's in the Navy and she's currently on a ship in Japan, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So she can't contribute or help in any way financially at this time.
Right, and it's hard, very, very hard to get a hold of her.
At the time your dad was arrested, he was living in a senior living apartment complex near Woodlawn Lake, correct?
That is correct.
And since he's been incarcerated, his lease lapsed. Is that correct? And he lost his apartment.
Yes.
Did you and your husband have to go gather his belongings and move everything out and all that, arrange that?
Yes, and I was actually just myself, just because it's just me and my girls. So that was also difficult to kind of take care of on my own, to move out all his stuff and take care of that on that end.
And if your dad were released, where would he go live since he lost his apartment?
Yes, he has his brother that lives by himself. He has a 2-bedroom home that he's willing to let him stay there with him, and it's just him.
Okay, so just to be clear, to make it clear to the court, he's not going to go live with you and your daughters, correct?
No.
Okay, and you know that there would be if you were released, there's a no contact order in place with your daughter, the one involved in this case. You know that, right?
Correct.
And you know that you do think he'll abide by that no contact order?
Yes.
And there are no children in your uncle's household, correct?
No, correct. It's just him and my little dog that he's actually taking care of.
Your dog? You said? Okay. And so one other big point that I want to make to the court is your dad's age and some of his health conditions. How old is your dad?
My dad, he is 76. He does have a pacemaker, a lot of heart condition, and right before he was arrested, he had a major knee surgery. And he actually did go back.
Sorry, just 1 second.
Hold on.
She said major knee surgery.
Okay, and
Yes.
so after his knee replacement, which was about a month before he was arrested, he had some scheduled follow-up appointments that he hasn't been able to go to, correct?
Correct, because he still has a screw in his knee that, or something that was left there that wasn't done properly, that he needed to go take care of. But then that's when the arrest happened on the 11th.
And since he's been in custody, do you know that he was treated for a bladder infection as well?
Yes.
And he's in a wheelchair, obviously.
Yes, and he does have COPD too, and just a lot of breathing and just heart problems, and his health isn't at all good.
Is there anything else, Gabriella, that you would like Judge Boyd to consider before she makes her decision whether or not to reduce the bond any further?
Yes, actually Tuesday, my car was totaled. We were in an accident, me and my two girls. So I haven't worked since Tuesday actually, and I'm at home currently. So that's another thing that I kind of have to, take on my shoulders to, transportation of work and then my time off of work and, my daughters too. And, I was injured and so was my 10-year-old.
Yes, and sorry, I forgot to mention your car accident. So in addition to sort of your own family situation, things you have going on in your life, and financial responsibilities with your children, how much money do you have raised and set aside currently for your dad's bond?
So far I have 1,000, to be able to, I guess I pay his bond.
And your dad doesn't have like money in a savings account or in a bank account that you can access or anything like that, right?
No, he's always been on his Social Security check once a month, and that would take care of like the majority of his bills. So that's another thing too. I have to, keep track with that and make sure that that's taken care of.
Okay.
Like on
Thank
top of
you.
mine.
The state might have,
Yes.
the prosecutor may have some questions for you and the judge may as well.
Okay.
Just one really, you said that he would be living with his brother. Has his brother or anybody else been reached out to see if they can help contribute to bond?
Yes, it's his brother, though, he's also in the same situation. He's single by himself on his Social Security check. So it's very difficult for him to contribute and help. Actually, I had to take couple of pieces of food for him also. That way he's okay himself. So he's barely able to, he can just take care of himself. And but as far as where he would stay, my dad would be able to stay with him because he's by himself.
And there's no other family members you can ask to see if they can contribute?
I've tried, but everyone, it's they're barely able to.
No further questions.
Okay.
All right. Any other witnesses? All right, court will hear argument.
Judge, as is listed in our motion and the testimony that you've heard from Gabriella, we'd respectfully ask the court to reduce it further. We're asking that it be reduced from 50 to 25,000 due to his health, his age, his health condition, the fact that he needs to go to his follow-up appointments and things like that, that he would be living in a house with no children or anything like that. We'd respectfully ask the court to reduce it further.
State.
We've already agreed, Your Honor, to reduce it the first time. We had already reduced it by $25,000, which we feel was appropriate. So due to the nature of the allegations, we would just argue against lowering it any further.
All right, and what is his criminal history?
I think it's a minor besides this.
And very old.
All right, and when we say minor and very old, what is it? Mr. Archigon,
Yes,
have you ever been arrested before?
no.
I think it's a
You
lot
have
of
been in
class.
the 80s, but.
Oh, that was way back.
No, I want you to listen to my questions.
Okay.
My question is, have you ever been arrested
Yes,
before?
Yes, yes.
For what?
It was so long ago.
Let me pull it up, Judge. I'm pulling it up.
I might have been for ticket violations or something like
I'm
that,
sorry, what?
or tickets.
It looks like, I mean, back in 1980, there was unauthorized use of a vehicle, then a bunch of traffic tickets, and a misdemeanor assault, an unlawful carrying of a weapon on a licensed premises, and then some a DWI, and then some other alcohol related ones. And these were all before 1990.
Okay.
You want to ask me? Okay.
All right. Any other argument?
My only other argument would be just be following up that, even since it's been, although it has been reduced and we were grateful for that, they still obviously haven't been able to make it at the reduced amount. That's why we followed a subsequent motion.
All right, well, as both parties are aware that when people are arrested and they have charges, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. The court's job in setting bond is to make sure that the community is protected and also make sure that it is the bond that will ensure a defendant's appearance. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to grant your motion. The court will set the bond at $30,000. There's to be partial GPS for medical appointments only. I'll ask that the GPS fees be waived. There's to be no contact with the complainant, and he's not allowed to reside in any residence that has minors. All right,
Thank you.
and then we'll be back on July 9th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for zooming in.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Joshua and Zadua.
Yes, sir. We're here on that one.
All right, if you'll come forward. Good morning. So where are we on the new cases?
Yes, Judge. So he has several new cases, I think 4 or 5 off the top of my memory. They are more serious offenses than this one. On the new cases, I can also tell the court, I just received new discovery on Thursday of last week. I think I downloaded Friday. So we're nowhere, they're not even indicted yet. We're gonna ask for a reset. I assume they'll be indicted soon. And then I also assume that the assault cases will be the controlling ones moving forward, since they are the highest felony.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, if you'll put this towards the end of July and we'll see where we are in discovery.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
All right, what date?
That works.
All right, we'll be back on July 30th, okay?
Normal. Give me a time and we can. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Have a good day.
Jose Barrera.
How are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good, nice to see you.
Oh, you too. All right, so, hello. So discovery acknowledgement has been signed. This was supposed to be a jury trial and impact.
Yes, and so what happened then was the court chose another case to go to trial. We did come up here afterwards, but then this was given a new setting.
All right, so need a jury trial date. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
So actually, PTD had been offered in the past. My client has accepted it. As of today, I've already emailed the signed agreement prior
Okay.
to approaching.
You're on it.
CC normal on it. So the signed agreement is now in with everyone that's supposed to have it.
All right,
So
all
we
right.
could have a 30-day reset just for the intake appointment and the dismissal to be
All right,
filed.
thank you. Ms. Ferguson, PTD date? All right, July 15th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Have a good one. Roberto Rosales. Who's the attorney for Roberto Rosales? Court is calling 2024 CR 2752, State of Texas versus Roberto Rosales. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Pat Montgomery for the defendant.
Are you Mr. Rosales?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Are you the same Roberto Javier Rosales who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2752 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on March 5th, 2024?
Yes, Your Honor. I am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 19th day of March 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Roberto Javier Rosales committed the offense of criminal trespass in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true, Your Honor.
Your Honor, state will waive the other violation.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am, it's true.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is that proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, it's to alter and amend to include IOP. Additionally, the defendant is going to go take a plea in this court on the criminal trespass case.
I thought it
Or criminal
was
mischief.
the mischief case that you waived because there's restitution and you'll pay that restitution as part of that misdemeanor probation.
All right, probation.
Judge, what's listed on the court summary for probation is revocation. The justification is that he reoffended 2 weeks after being granted probation. Showing continual engagement in criminal activity while on probation. I would have to say that he did not report to the initial office visit. We granted probation 3/5/24 and picked up the new cases on 3/19/24.
Oh, is there something you wish to say?
I
Want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Roberto Javier Rosales Jr.
All right, so why are you charged with criminal trespass?
I was looking to get some help from somebody I didn't know. I was being chased by some bad people.
No, get some help from someone where?
I was 2 blocks away from my house. And there were some people, it was over a game of pool, that were chasing me. And I wanted them to call the police.
So then where does and you didn't plead true to it, but my understanding so where does the criminal mischief come in?
As I
You're
was,
looking at me, but.
Oh, yes.
as I was knocking on the door, I opened the door. I was knocking on the door and I opened the door and I asked them to call the cops.
No, if you open a door, doesn't result in criminal mischief unless you damage it.
Oh, I damaged the door when I opened it.
There was
Yes,
a
ma'am.
window on the door that was damaged, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
The reason this was set for contested today was because he was able to articulate to me very viable defenses. He's chosen to forego that and enter pleas of true. He had the defense, in my opinion, perhaps of necessity. If he was in fear for his life and being chased by someone, he's seeking shelter, help, and someone to call the authorities. And of course, criminal mischief has to be committed intentionally or knowingly. It can't be done accidentally.
So here's my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever report to probation?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I went to that's why I didn't mean to interrupt, but I went to orientation and then the following on April 1st is when I was supposed to have my first meeting with my probation officer,
All
He
right,
was
so,
jailed.
but I was in jail.
all right, so here's the thing. I'm not doing this intensive supervision thing.
I understand.
So you have a choice. I can send you to prison for 3 years, or either you're still going into custody and you're doing the ISF.
May I have a recess to discuss what ISF means? Because I'm sure he doesn't.
Sure. All right, so we'll come back at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Carlos Garaldo,
Here, Judge,
yes.
Mr. Gallardo and also Mr.
Oh, I'll take this up first, then we'll go with Guzman. Come down.
These are my 2 court appointments that I got at 22 this morning, Your Honor. And I want to bring them back both Monday, which is 1 week from today, and we're close to resolving them.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, then, if you can recall this for June 10th. All right, we'll bring you back on June 10th. All right, thank you.
And I also have Justin Guzman as well.
All right, you can have a seat, sir. All right, Justin Guzman. June 10th.
June 10th as well, Your Honor. We're close, very close to resolving Mr. Guzman's case.
All right, we'll call you back on June 10th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and just one moment. We need to go on the record on this case. The court is calling 2024 CR 3681, State of Texas versus Justin Guzman. State, and are you Mr. Guzman?
Yes, ma'am, that's me.
All right. If you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony that you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Justin Guzman.
All right, Mr. Guzman, you had a previous attorney appointed to you. Did you ever have any contact with that attorney?
Negative, Your Honor.
All right, and did you request from the court to appoint a new attorney for you?
This morning, Your Honor, yes.
All right, so that attorney is Mr. DeLeon.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And then your other person. I see you here for Ray Espinoza.
That's the capital murder.
Ah.
Third chair, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And that's coming back on August 26th.
My team is working on.
Mr. Rosales has an answer for you already, Your Honor.
All right, if he'll come up, I'll do this and then we're taking our break.
Rosales.
We're back on the record in 2024 CR 2752. Yes,
I'll take the 3 years.
all right. Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right. Then the court will grant the motion. The court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Else? And did you pay the $57 for drug testing?
I never got a chance to know that.
All right, so there's to be $57 restitution to DPS for drug testing. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to request a therapeutic community for you. I don't have any control over them placing you in the program because I don't have any jurisdiction over them. However, just request it. It doesn't increase the length of time that you're in custody. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. When you are released, if you need something and I'm here, you can always come back to the court, okay?
God bless you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Oh, God bless you too. All right, so everyone, we're going to take our break and we will be back at 1:30. Then people would get upset with me about the lunch.
I wouldn't get upset.
Yeah. All right, so everyone, we'll be back at